In high school, I was pretty much the life of the party. I had a lot of friends. I was a cheerleader. Right out of college, that is when I met the future father of both of my children.
Little nut brown hair.
I love my children so much. They are the joy in my life, the spring in my step, my inspiration to keep going. So after we got married, we were homeless for a little bit with both of our children. Stress just mounted up, and that's when things kind of just exploded. My first meeting with Catholic Charities, I felt defeated and hopeless and dark and negative and angry at why this would happen to me. I felt lost as a mom. When I came to Catholic Charities, I was treated with nothing but respect and kindness and empathy, and it changed my life and changed how I view life. Through our first meeting, my mentor and I sat down and we came up with a plan together, and it's never been just, okay, here it is, now you're on your own. It's always been working together, following goals that I wanted to achieve, and it was a huge relief.
What drinks are there?
I was being empowered. It was a hand up. It wasn't a handout, it was a hand up.
And I ended up going to work one morning, and the driver of the company van rolled the van. And then I opened my eyes and the doctor said, "Welcome to your new life. That life you had is over completely. We're going to teach you how to live your new life." I ended up homeless. We're at the First Baptist Church parking lot, and this is where I used to camp. Right here, in this little corner right here. I put here, and then there was somebody there and someone down there. We took a tarp up down there and make it like a tent, and then we just sleep in it. We'd put one down the side and one this way, and then we'd sleep here. We cleaned it every morning. Like, this little stuff here would not have been here when we left. And at night we'd come and clean it and throw it in the dumpsters before we lay down. I got dropped off at a Marian house at the soup kitchen. And then I ended up down at Acacia Park, ran into somebody who told me about the warming shelter, and I went down to the warming shelter. The first time you're scared to death. For the first month, you don't even know how to breathe anymore. And then after that you basically work your way through things. You know, I've seen homeless people all over the place. I've seen them in Arizona, but I've never, until this happened, how hard this is some days.
Slept in cars. I slept in the back of a U-Haul. When we were kids, we would go camping if we didn't have a place to stay. So we would just live in the woods for months at a time. Yeah, I still have anxiety almost every day, just from doing normal things, because I've never had to be normal before. My mom would sell drugs, and if me or my brother and sisters needed anything, I would go steal it. Sleeping under the bridge was horrible. It was cold, everything was wet, it smelled like urine. There was about 20 other people down there, and they were all high or crazy, or it wasn't a very safe place to be. Talia was born in 2014. I was homeless on the streets up until the day I went into labor. I decided that if she's gonna grow up and be anything that isn't like my family, then everything has to change. Right now, I am the only one in my family that has a roof over their head. Right now, they're all homeless, living on the streets and on drugs.
And I hadn't had an apartment in my own name for longer than 6 months until I came to Catholic Charities.
Okay, cool. Come on back here, Mama. Come on back.
And it was always just, let's keep this going. You know, you met this goal. Let's achieve this goal now. Little nut brown hair. And as we achieved goals, my life started turning around for the better. And so we kept planning and meeting and achieving goals together.
Things started to change after I started coming to Catholic Charities for help. Catholic Charities basically saved me. They taught me how to be an adult when there was no one else around who could. I've taken parenting classes, budgeting classes, financial classes, anything that they had, I did. Instead of goofing off and getting lazy about it, I would come here and go to the computer lab when it was still upstairs and sit there all day, every day, applying for jobs. Be so much different than who I used to be, because it's still scary some days, but I can't give up. If I give up, then I'm giving up on her, and she's going to turn out just like everyone else in my family. And she deserves better than that.
Things are looking up a lot better than they were 3 years ago. I'm a little more relaxed. One of my jobs with Catholic Charities is going to the library and helping people with services. We send people to get where they can get food and clothing, look for jobs. The Catholic Charities made a difference, and they helped me navigate through some things. Now I help others navigate through with Catholic Charities. I'm more at peace now than I was 3 years ago.
I think our future looks way better than I would have seen it a year ago. And Catholic Charities has given me those tools now to be able to say, I'm not alone, I can do much better than this. And I can still smile at the end of the day.